Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Janiches and welcome back to JR Survival videos. In this video, we will actually talk about all the items that you can get during Halloween event, right? Um, okay, first things first, I think these are all the items that you can get. I will explain one of them, like not one of them, all of them one by one. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, there's a lot of items over here, right? And we also will try to showcase any of these weapons over here in the next in the other video as well. But yeah, um also, just because it's October, happy Spooktober, I guess. It's October, the time of the year again, when in the end of October there is Halloween, right? And just like any other games, I guess this game also has, the Halloween event, right? And the Halloween event will actually kinda look similar like the NPC you enter, and there is like I think there is an additional button where you can go to the event, and there is like what does it look like the bartender, I think. Yeah, like this guy over here, and then there's also quests, all of them, and so on and so on. There's also a shop in which you can get a lot of stuff as well as yeah, like basically trading or changing the Halloween event currency into various various rewards basically. And we also talk about that in the other one as well, but for now we'll just focus on the items. And these are all the items. First we have the witch's punch. You get this by defeating the witches. I don't have any like what is it, like any pictures or videos about the witches just yet. That's why I cannot really showcase all the monsters that you can find. But basically there will be like a portal right across the maps. I believe it also will show up in the if in the portal events. I believe there is actually one like nearby here, and then there is also another one I believe just near Magneto. Right? I'm not sure if there will be one near Chelia or not, but yeah, there's also one near Yufa as well. Um, so yeah, there is various portals that you can go into, and then if you enter the portal you will be there will be like some kind of purple effect surrounding your display or main screen over here. And then like basically it will transform a little bit. It's just basically the base map over here with some layouts of like some kind of filters, like Halloween filters basically. And yeah, there you can find some monsters as well, and one of them being the witches, right? I know I have 1,000, right? Like 1,100, but don't be mistaken with this one. The witch's punch is actually quite difficult to get. You need to fight a lot of witches, and they're kind of difficult. Or if you use the auto battle, yes, you can auto battle them if I remember correctly. And yeah, if you auto battle them, they will actually like what is it, like it will use a lot of ammos as well, because they're actually quite very strong, the monsters, right? I also cannot find the monsters in my statistics for whatever reason. The game decided to delete all the progress, right? All the count for all the monsters that I have over here. This is all from Christmas, and the Halloween event monsters counts that is over here got removed, right? So yeah, I can really show you what will be the basically what will be the monsters or whatever, right? But yeah, we'll eventually have to go, we'll have to check that during the Halloween event itself, right? Which will happen about 20 of October, if I remember correctly. That's like how it's usually started. Um, could be starting sooner or later. I'm not entirely sure, but wait until 20 of October basically. And then yeah, let's get back here. 1100 again. Like I said, this actually took a lot of effort to gain 1,000. So yeah, just don't don't think yourself that you have to get a lot of this, right? It's actually quite difficult, and um, unless you are like end game players where you have a lot of stuff, then you can go for this. But if you are like new, then I guess 100 is enough, I guess. But yeah, um, and then the next will be treats. This one I actually didn't craft any of these. This is actually, there is a cooking recipe for that. If I remember correctly, it's one of the recipe with the most complex ingredients, because as you can see there are 9 different ingredients, right? Although they only take one, but the fact that they needed 9 different ingredients, that's just more difficult to come by, right? And then upon creation, you get upon cooking, I mean, you get 13 treats. Just like Friday the 13th, right, and stuff like that, I guess. Um, so yeah, all of this I actually didn't craft. I got that, I believe, when I also do the killing all the monsters, right, the witches. And I focus on getting witches pants, as on top of that I also got treats as well, I believe. So yeah, this one, I guess, if you want, this is actually great treats for your little pumpkin. Here you can feed this pumpkin with the treats, basically. It's okay. I don't think you will eat this anyway. Like, yeah, like there's better food, right? So yeah, you can use this to feed your pumpkin, basically, little pumpkin. And then the next will be dark crystal. This one can absorb radiation or reflect it back. Charge 0%. Item weight 100 grams. Okay, so this one, all sorts of lollipops and other candy. Okay. And then this one doesn't have description. It would be nice if they actually give a little bit of description, but hey, it's fine, I guess. It's not important, but if it's there, then it's great, right? Just to add description on every items in general is great in itself. Um, so dark crystal, what does this do? This actually can store your radiation points. Let's see here, I have 35 radiation points, right? So I can reduce by 20, and like basically charge this crystal, right, with radiation. Yeah, I just type that just like that. It needs 20 radiations every time. So yeah, you cannot do that if you have lower than 20 radiation, basically. And then okay, so as you can see over here, the charge got increased by 5%, right? So this is basically just like a piggy bank for radiation, I guess. You can store your radiation there, and then to empty this, you have to discharge again, like this one, 20 radiation, and the moment you discharge, it will go back to you, right? So then your question will be, but then why does this thing important, right? Like, you store your radiation points, and then you cannot really remove that, right? To remove that, you actually have to absorb that yourself. So what's the point of this? Well, actually, this is quite great if you like looting cities, especially if you are new. If I remember correctly as well, starting from Moscow area over here, um, the amount of radiation per hour that you can get in the nearby cities, it will start to increase by a lot, and that's actually bad. Because like basically, like you probably get used to, like in Leningrad, Olonets, or even the starting area, right? Those doesn't really have any radiation points, right? I guess like 0 to 5 radiation per hour, right? But starting from Moscow, I believe it can get up to 10 radiation per hour. And then if you're here in the Uva, and then going to the east, like here in the base, in my base, sometimes it can get to like 20 radiation points per hour, basically. So yeah, like if you're new, then it will be nice. If you like looting cities, it means that because you'll eventually have to absorb a lot of radiation, right? And it's actually bad to travel back and forth from your base to the city, to the towns, and then go back, and then go to the city again, and then go back to the base, and so on and so on. That takes a lot of travels, right? So this is great. So you can store up to, what is it like, this is 20 is 5%, so that's like 20 times 20, that will be 400 radiation points, right? So you can charge those radiation points like up to 400, right? Let's say it costs about 10 radiation per hour, right? So you can basically keep 400 divided by 10, that's like 40, right? 40 hours basically. So that's one day, just not one day but more like almost 2 day, right? Just over 1.5 day of looting, and that's actually already good enough, right? You can store all those, as well as you can still have 100 right up here until you get the radiation sickness yourself. And then once you go back to your base or the NPC, you can discharge this, just reabsorb, and then you can go to the NPC, and then you go to the nurse over here, and then you can decontaminate right over here for 20 to remove all the, like all the radiation instantly basically. The amount of iron nut that you get, I mean that you need, will vary depending on how much or how many radiation points you want to remove as well. So keep that in mind as well. The more radiation points, the more price you will have to cost. You'll have to pay basically. Okay, so there's that about Dark Crystal. Next will be Daredevil Fly. Oh, this is fly mode. You can actually switch this from fly mode to just, I guess, Daredevil. Like regular motorcycle, I guess. Let's switch a little bit over here. This is the regular. Carry weight is 400 kilograms. Road speed 25. Off-road 16. And you cannot use this on water if it's the, it doesn't activate the flying effect, right? There is no, this green aura over here, right? The fiery aura. And then it requires 4 liter every 100 kilometers of gasoline. So there's that. And then if we switch, let's go back. It now carries 500, so that's increase of 100. And then road speed over here, off-road, water speed, all is now 50, and you can go on top of water as well, which is always nice, right? However, the full consumption will be doubled, so it's now 8 liters, and it still uses gasoline. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. It just requires more gasoline, right? I guess after all, this aura over here, I guess that's just burning fuel, right? Okay, so yeah. There's that. This is also great if you're new, like if you're in Moscow area, if you're on Leningrad, I guess, or Tula, right? Usually, new players will hang out in Tula instead of Moscow because there is an actual NPC over here, right? That you can interact with, you can buy stuff, you can sell stuff in Tula, right? So yeah, if you're new, make sure yourself to like get out of Leningrad and Olonets as quick as possible. Go to fair for a little bit, and then just reside in Tula basically with other players. Now you can there you can interact with other players as well. Probably getting involved in the commercials channel, like trading and stuff like that, selling stuff, buying stuff, to whatever you need, right? So yeah. Anyway, that's Daredevil. Fairy Dust. This one is this. Okay, Fairy Dust. There is no description. Quantity 1, weight 1 gram. Okay, it's just a powder basically. Effects perk fly. So what does this mean? It means you will be able to, if you go to any combat, you can, just basically you can fly in the arena, and then you can like, what is it like? You can basically go through the walls, basically. Yeah, like you can go, yeah, like basically you can go over walls, and that's about it. I didn't farm enough to get this, so yeah, there's that, right? I should have been maybe like this year. I will probably gather some of this fairy dust as well. Next will be Hunter's Chain. Used to pull an opponent closer to you. Okay, so if you know about Spear over here, Spear, if you use spear, the opponents will be pushed back by one tile, right? However, if you use hunter's chain, instead of pushing the opponents, you will actually pull back, pull the opponents to you basically by one tile as well, which is always nice, right? You can have all these sorts of interesting combat mechanics, right? Um, so yeah, there's that. We'll actually not discuss, but more like showcase any of these weapons in the other video as well. And then the next will be Jacko Lantern. Okay, this is just a flashlight, basically light source. What's so special about this? Nothing. I'm just crafting this for fun. Actually, because just because why not, right? I have lots of pumpkins back then, and the crops back then were like more easier than today, right? So 10,000 pumpkin were like basically nothing, right? And yeah, there's that. You can actually craft this one. The recipe will be pumpkin. Okay, let's actually take a look over here. I think I have pumpkin. Yeah, this one over here, pumpkin, and then the next one will be tin can candle. It will be over here. This one, tin can candle. You can actually craft that as well. Um, from this crafting section, where is it, this one, it will require can, fat, and then rope, and then to make fat, like there's this one over here, right? You need a raw fat pack, and then to make rope, this one, and then to make can, this one as well. So yeah, there you go. You can craft all of those. So basically you need pumpkin and then tin can candle, and that's about it. And you get yourself jack-o'-lantern. This one is not tradable if I'm concerned. So yeah, don't really need this amount, just because like back then, again, like it was easier back then to create stuff. That's why I crafted this, right, just for collections. But there's no need to do that as well. Next will be possessed lantern. The ghost trapped in this lantern craves skeletons. Okay, this one is also a light source, as you can see over here. Search success plus 35%. The jack-o'-lantern only increased by 20%, and then this one increased by 35%. Um, on top of that, you also will found more skeletons by additionally 50%. So let's say you go to military base, like in the city, just looting in general. If you found that hunting, no, not hunting, but more like a parade ground or something like that, there will be like eight corpse, right? I think what happened here, if you use this possessed lantern, you will get basically 12 corpse instead of 8. So yeah, there you go. That's what it used. I mean, what this is actually about, right? So yeah, it's basically that. And then the next will be Helsing. This is a crossbow, basically. It requires crossbow bolt. Yeah, like damage is quite disappointing. It's only 100, and then it's also the fact that it used a lot of crossbow as well. However, it inflicts burning damage by 100. So yeah, this is basically like, as you can see over here, like in the picture, you see there's like an orange thing, right? That actually, I guess that's the one that will spark the fire, right? So yeah, that will make your um, arrow become burning. Also, like, I will also mention the next one, like how to get this, right? There will be like this dark crystal, Daredevil, and then Hunter's Chain, and then Helsing. You get these from the NPC, like the Halloween NPC, using currencies, and then you get currencies by doing quests. And there's also main quests, which we will also talk in the next, in the other video as well. Um, Next will be pumpkin bomb. This one you cannot craft this if I remember correctly, because if we could, then I already have like 10,000 as well, right? But yeah, this sounds like you can craft yourself, right? Using pumpkins, and then like probably like like a grenade or something like that, right? But no, you cannot. This one you can buy from the NPC as well, just like the other one, but This one you can only get one time, right? The crystal, motorcycle, hunter's chain, and then Helsing. You can only get this by one time. However, things like magic dust and then witch pants and then like treats, I think, and then pumpkin bomb, you can actually get multiple times of this. Like there is infinite. I mean, there is infinite amount of these stuff like in stock, right, in the NPC. So yeah, there's that. This one deal minor damage. However, it's stun basically. Yeah, it's just stun. I believe this will stun 3 by 3 area. So yeah, it's not like single target. It's like like 3 by 3 basically. If you throw here, then all these 3 by 3 areas surrounding it will get stunned as well. So yeah, there's that. Next will be all these scrolls over here. To get these scrolls, you also have to go to the event NPC, and then there will be like some kind of let's see over here. There will be like loot chance like this in the NPC. You basically pay the currency, and then they will roll one of the options, right? One of the scrolls basically. And as you can see over here, there is a lot, right? There is actually five scroll that is used to attack, right? Like it's not a summoning, but this one is scroll that will do something, right? First will be the fireball scroll. This will inflict burning, and that's about it. And then the next will be ice spear. This will cause you to slow 100%. I mean, cause the opponents to get slowed, like slow, basically slow effect. And then the next will be lightning scroll. This one doesn't have. I think this one still has effect, which is stun. However, this one also deal huge damage, which is this one 150 to 200. Well, this one is just minor damage, right? But the lightning scroll, this is like basically just like a thunder strike, right? It will hit by a lot, right? And then you can also gather the fireball and then the lightning as well from the witches as well, if I remember correctly. So you always want the witches for the scrolls, the lightning scrolls, fireball scroll, as well as the witches punch. So like that will be the main monsters that you might want to farm if you are end game anyway to get all this stuff. Next will be hypnosis scroll, minor damage. Actually, that's just no damage, only 1 to 2. However, this will give you submission 50%. So what does submission do? It is basically just, I believe, it will transform one of the opponents into your ally. So let's say you have you're getting encountered by 5 boards, right? You use this on one of them, and then 50% chance that that board you target will be your ally, and then will start attacking the other boards, and that's about it. Which is quite interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure how this interacts with like some kind of like bandits or the monsters in the events in general, right? Maybe I want to try something out with this one, but this one is quite difficult to get. Hypnosis scroll, as you can see, I only have 4, right? Again, to get this scroll, the one that is farmable is only fireball and lightning, while the other one, again, you have to do like some kind of like loot box basically, right? You pay currency and then you get one of the rewards, right? And one of them being this, and that's about it. But if it happen, the effect happen, it will be great because it will be fun, right? But then again, I'm not sure if this will be like applicable to like I don't know, like boss events, monsters, or like a big like like let's say the queen bee, right? Can you actually use submission on queen bee, right? uh I might want to try that out, but I'm not sure because I don't think I'm strong enough just yet to get the B as well. But yeah, expect some kind, like just expect about this in the future. Anyway, next will be spider web scroll. This one just trap 1%. It means that you cannot, the opponents will not be able to move. However, they can still hit you, like, if they use long range weapons, like let's say bandits, right? They can use sniper, then they will still be able to shoot you, but they cannot move, and that's about it. Next will be summon scroll. This one is scrolls that can summon stuff and will fight for you. The first one will be zombie. This one over here, it doesn't show the stats, right, which is bad. So like again, if the developers actually see this, make sure that you also have the, what is it, like the, basically the description about the stuff that you will summon, right? Like zombie, what HP, what armor, and then what's the weapon, right? What's the damage, etc., etc. That would be nice to have that written as explanation, right? um, so yeah, however, I will actually do showcase probably in the other next video as well about summon scroll. I only have 8. I believe you can get more than 8. There's probably like more than 8. I kind of forgot already, right? And also I only have, like, so very few of those, right? So yeah, yeah, anyway, but I will still do that as well, although I believe there is still much more things that can be summoned through the scroll. Okay, so zombie, devil, and then plague doctor, and then maniac, and then skeleton, and then spider, and then witches over here, and then the next one will be werewolf. Okay, so this is basically all the monsters that are, like, you can kind of see how this can be in Halloween, right? Like zombie, that's also Halloween, and then devil as well, plague doctor, yeah, maniac. This is like basically Freddy. What is it? Freddy something, the thing, right? The one that kills, like the movies, right? In the movies, and the skeleton as well. Giant spider, obviously, that's just all Halloween, right? Witches and werewolves as well. And then next will be ghost costume. It seems like when I'm wearing this stupid costume, monsters think I'm one of them. What does that mean? This is actually quite interesting. If you wear this, actually let's wear, yeah, like that. This actually looks quite funny and creepy as well. And then this is the icon over here, as you can see. And yeah, that's about it. And basically what this does, the ghost costume, it will basically, as it's written over here, right? Monsters think I'm one of them. So it means that when you move, when you travel in the shadow realm, if you enter the portal and then you go to the shadow realm, you will basically will not be able to get ambushed by the encounters, right? So let's think about it this way. If you move, there will be like always chance that you will get encountered, right? Either by bandits, bears, giant scorpion, and stuff like that, right? In the shadow realm as well, after you enter the portal, this can also be the same. You can get ambushed by a lot of monsters, and basically to repel these monsters ambush, you can just wear ghost costume. However, keep in mind as well that this armor only has 33 or 30 armor, right? That's actually quite very bad. If you forget that you wear this, and then you randomly hunt or like attack any monsters or bandits, then you'll be in trouble because you only have 30 HP, I mean 100 HP as well as 30 armor. You're basically just one shot into death, right? So yeah, keep in mind that as well. Only use this costume if you want to travel, and that's about it. How to craft this one? Okay, so crafting that, there will be like components in cloth over here, or racks. I kind of forgot which one, but I think it's cloth. If you scroll down, there will be another option that pops up that can make from cloth into ghost costume as well. So yeah, there you go. You craft that by the either racks or cloth basically. I probably should have made much more of this. I'll probably do that as well this year. And then the next will be Hunter's Carp. Now, this is your real protection over here. Special outfit worn by monster hunters, just like it says, right? You will be monster hunters. It's called Hunter's Carp. As you can see, it's now level 5, right? There's actually 5 level. Um, if you collect this from the NPC, you will get Hunter Carps level 1, and then you can upgrade that by adding more materials from level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it will also increase your armor, I believe. And yeah, it also resists radiation by 7 points. I guess that's just average, right? And then here we go. This one's interesting. Experience bonus for monsters, 100%. What does this mean? It means that, I guess because this one, special outfit worn by monster hunters, because, you will get, I guess the spirit of being a monster hunter, it means that you can slay monsters, right? Technically speaking, and then you can get even more experience for that. So how does this, how is this useful, right, for everyone? Well, again, if you are new players, then you might want this the most because you can get a lot of experience just by beating monsters, right? Um, your experience will be doubled, and then you can get your experience up pretty much quickly, right? And that's about it. Armor is quite the same as polar armor nowadays. Let's actually take a look over here. This one, yeah, still the same, right? 1651. And then this one also 1651. That's after perks, I guess. Probably if you're probably like 1500, right? If you don't have any, the armadillo perk, and that's about it. Yeah, basically this is only increasing your XP by 2 times. By that I mean you will get double XP, and that's about it. Um, it's still nice, but the thing is that when I got this, I already level 100, so I don't really need this. However, this also will be useful for end game players. So what happened was that you're level 100, right? Let's say you randomly died, and then you drop your level to level 99. So how do you get to level 100? Then you can just use this, right? And then you can get to level 100 basically in half the combats you need, but just by using any other armor, right? Which is always nice. It basically just speed up your process of getting back to level 100, and that's about it. Next will be Plague Doctor Mask. Radiation resistance 5 points. That's actually quite low, I guess, like just slightly under the average. But what's special about this Plague Doctor is that, as you can see over here, the materials that you need to refill the filter, you don't need gas mask filter. As you can see over here, this is comfortable gas mask, right? Here, to change the filter, you will need gas mask filter, and it doesn't apply for this plague doctor because it needs herbs instead, nettles, moss, and deadly nightshade. And as you can see over here as well, in the NPC, the the gas mask filter is actually quite expensive. As you can see, that's 1440. So yeah, that's basically expensive, right? So this is basically like a cheap replacement if you are new as well. If you are like, novice or newbie, or like basically just low level players, right? You might want to consider using this. Basically, you just need to do some herbing, I guess, getting this deadly nightshade, and then moss, and then nettles. Nettle you can get from the coast, and then for the moss you can get this from, I believe you can get from either forest as well as swamp as well. And then the deadly nightshade, you can get this from forest basically. And yeah, you need this amount just to refill to 100%, like filter status, and that's about it. Next will be Demon Mask. The demon imprisoned in the mask will guide you in battle, but it feeds on your life energy. Okay, so by description, we can kind of already know what it does, right? It means that the hit chance will be increased by 25%. So, the demon will guide you basically, right? Like, you will have even more hit chance. This is actually quite great for battle. I kind of forgot to mention about this as well, like in the upcoming video about beating bandit base. If you're beating bandit base, make sure you wear demon mask as well. This is actually a very great, because you will hit, your hit chance will be increased by 25%. What does this mean? It means that every opponent that hides behind trees, behind lampposts, behind, like barricades or something like that, you will have more chance to hit them basically, because here like it increased by 25%, right? So yeah, that's actually quite interesting. However, your dodge chance will be reduced by 25%. I guess it's just to make it balanced, right? Because you focus on hitting the opponents, and basically you don't focus on defending yourself. I guess that's just to make things balanced, right? And then, however, also energy per hour will be reduced by one. This one, right? Energy consumption will be, you'll basically lose -1 energy every hour. However, if your intention to be beating bandit base or any base, your bandit base in the city, then this probably won't matter, right? You can just use this comfortable gas mask or any other mask, and then once you're about to enter the battle, just to switch your mask into demon mask, right? And then you can get yourself it additional hit chance as well as movement range as well, and that's about it. This is actually a very great mask that I will use if I remember to use that. So yeah, next will be Monstrous Bag. This bag will regularly consume a random food from your inventory. Better not leave it hungry. Okay, so again, by this description, right? What does this do is that this bag over here, it will start eating all your food items. Like, let's say I have sausage, right? It will eat my sausage every now and then. I'm not sure how often it will be, like, how many hours until it will eat again. I'm not sure, right? So yeah, there you go. It actually is great because it has 100 kilograms carrying weight. Again, this is basically useful for new players, right? That you don't have any vehicle, therefore, like let's say over here, right? I drop my remove my crash. Let's see. Yeah, this one I can only carry 70 kilograms, right? That's actually um like underwhelmingly low, right? So yeah, if you wear this bag, okay, where is it? This one, like where, then yeah, just like this, I can carry 130 kilograms now, which is, I guess, it's quite all right, right? It basically increased by, oh, what is it? 60, I think. Oh yeah, because I wear this tourist backpack, right, previously. So yeah, it increased by 60. But overall, it will increase your carrying weight by 100 kilograms, which is always nice, right? So yeah, let's actually wear the tourist backpack back, and then let's drop this because I don't want this monstrous bag to start eating random things from my inventory. And that's about it, I guess. This is all the items. Okay, so for this one, monstrous bag, demon mask, plague doctor mask, and then hunter's carp, I mean. And then chain, daredevil crystal, Helsing, as well as possessed lantern. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those 9 items you can get on them only one time only. Um, there is a 10th item that you can get, which is the pets. This one, little pumpkin. This is, I think, this one will be the last reward, I believe. So yeah, there will be like 10 major rewards, right? The 9 items plus this little pumpkin over here. So yeah, this is actually quite great pets. As you can see, it has lots of perks, right? Let's see, attack. Oh, that's actually a lot of attack there. And then eat a piece of little pumpkin. You can eat this for whatever reason, like yeah, eat a piece just to replenish your food, right? However, if you do that, the pets will be like unhealthy, like it will get wounded, right, basically, and then you will have to feed this later. I guess this is just for emergency food, but like it sounds weird, right? But yeah, you can eat your pets basically. um Satisfy hunger at the expense of little pumpkin's health basically. And yeah, next will be counter attack. If it got attacked, then it will retaliate the attacks by one time every turn. And then seed shot, this is a range attack. This one's melee, I guess. More damage than range. I guess that's just how damage works, right? For in general, right? Your melee attacks will most likely do more damage than range attacks. Next will be search for herbs, commands and in search for herbs. Okay, so you can, just like your Raven to search for components, let's say, you can ask the pumpkin to search for herbs, and then it will come back to you with any sorts of random herbs, right? Next will be dodge chance by additional 25%, just like any other pet, I guess. And then free attack, basically additional attack every time a close by opponent's trying to move, right? Once per turn as well. So yeah. Next will be entanglement. Your opponent can move for 2 turns. Okay, so this is basically the same as the wolves. This one immobilization. Can move for 2 turns. This is just basically that as well. Your opponent cannot move. However, your opponents will still be able to shoot you. Like if they have sniper, like ranged weapon, basically, they will still be able to reach you. They just cannot move, and that's about it. Next will be travel to shadow, send to search in the shadow. So yeah, it can basically search into the shadow, right? I think that's all about that one. Yeah, that's all of the ability. I think there should be another one, but it got removed apparently. So you can ask the pumpkin to summon a Halloween exclusive monster, basically. Like you can um like because the event only happened during 2 weeks, I believe, like 4 weeks, I think, like just a month, right? The Halloween event, and after that, everything will change back to normal, and then you cannot find any monsters again whatsoever. However, back then, it used to be able that Lil Pumpkin can, basically draw attention from the Shadow Realm to summon random monsters, basically, so that you can, basically you can find more witches, right, to get these scrolls as well as the other scroll as well. So yeah, there's that. But I think in general, I think if you use this, then your little pumpkin can also go back to you with various scrolls as well, like randomly. But yeah, so yeah, it can also, it's basically will search anything. It can search items like food, like like the treats, I think, and then witches punch as well as scrolls as well. So yeah, you definitely want Lil Pumpkin to be obtained there. And that's it. I guess that's all the Halloween items that you can get. All the 10 major ones, which is this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the pumpkin will be the 10th, and that's about it. And then there is all sorts of these that you can get, like I believe, infinite amount of times, as long as you have the currency for that. And you get the currency just by doing quests that will appear every 30 minutes, I believe, or 1 hour, just like the NPC quests, and that's about it. So yeah, I think that'll be it for today's explanation about Halloween items. Um, Next one, we'll actually try to showcase any of these, like maybe not the Daredevil, because I already pinned too much item that I cannot use this. But yeah, it's basically like the weapons, right? Like Helsing, and then Hunter's Chain, and then Hunter's Carp, and then Plague Doctor Mask, Demon Mask, and then that's about it, I guess. So yeah, also we can also showcase these scrolls over here, right? And that's about it, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again, I think, tomorrow with another episode, or not episode, but no, like in another DR survival video. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again very soon, and see ya.